Hey everybody! So today on the road trip series, we're stopping by Rollingdale Winery. We're going to go inside, we're going to do some interviews, ask some questions, talk to the owner, Steve Dale. We'll do some barrel samples and just hang out and have a good old time here. So come along and let's see what happens at Rollingdale. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Mike Nierychlo Online, another part of our road trip series. So today, as you know, my show is filmed in the garage. Well, you don't get much more of the epitome of a garage winery as you do at Rollingdale here in Kelowna, BC. Rollingdale's got a picturesque garage, down-to-earth feel winery. Just kind of show up as you are and have a good time. So joining me today, and thanks for having us, is Steve Dale, the proprietor of Rollingdale Winery.
Welcome.
Steve, why don't you just give us a little bit of a spiel as to what got you interested in wine, a little bit of history of Rollingdale Winery.
Well, I really just got interested in drinking wine and got a little bit obsessed. I was doing horticultural consulting, mainly converting places to organic operation and that.
Okay.
And then I decided I would like to have a go at this, making some wine.
Okay.
So I took a course in it at OUC Penticton, winery assistant program, and then leased the vineyard that summer in '04, bought it in '05. We started making the wine in '04.
Awesome. Why don't you tell us, just like you mentioned, your organic practices. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your organic practices? And like I said, come as you are, hang out. There's people showing up behind us here. Organic practices, what can you tell us about that?
Well, there's a lot of paperwork,
Yeah.
but it's important to us to show people that we can do this without using systemic fungicides and pesticides and
Absolutely.
weird additives in the wine and all that. So it's, you know, we drink a lot of the wine.
Yeah.
So it's important to us that it's not loaded with
Yeah, it's nice, clean
impurities,
wine.
you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. So I guess you're letting the grapes and the earth speak for themselves a little bit.
We try.
Absolutely.
We just try to give them a clean place to live and have a good protocol. All glory is to our growers and our vineyard staff that give us the quality of fruit we need to make the type of wine we want to make.
For sure. Awesome. Well, let's go taste some of the wine you're making here.
Let's do that. Come on in.
Great. So Joe suggested we try some of their 2008 organic Merlot, still in barrel. So Joe, why don't you tell us about it as you just pull some off for us, and we'll see what you guys have to offer.
We bottled our first organic red in December. It was a Pinot Noir from Iverson's. So, like I said, this is our first organic Merlot. The devil is to keep the sulfur low enough, so this has to get out of the barrels pretty soon, so I can have adequate free sulfur for bottling. Most of the barrels we used were from a local cooperage, Okanagan Barrel Works.
Oh, really?
But this one is a little different. This was a second use barrel. It was used for Chardonnay, and then the Merlot went on the leaves of the Chardonnay.
Oh, really?
It's Jupil.
That's really interesting.
Medium grain, light toast.
Yeah.
It's an interesting barrel.
So what can you tell me about the Merlot in this one?
It came from Bruce and Susan Iverson's vineyard in the Golden Mile.
That's a nice Merlot. It's a really nice Merlot.
Yeah.
It's got some really nice dark chocolate, some coffee, some nice dark black cherry on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about that one. We'll see what when you get it to bottle, it'll be interesting to try that one for sure.
You can see what the oak effect is on this. This is from a forest in Tronçais, French cooperage. This is a blended French, so it's going to have some other forests in it. This is coopered in Canada.
Okay.
Okanagan Barrel Works.
Now, was this a newer barrel when you put the wine in it?
This first use.
Okay, first use. That was an older, second use barrel, right?
Well, same year. The Chardonnay only went in for 2.5 months.
Oh, okay, so they're both fairly new.
Yes.
Now, in this one on the bottom is a French oak barrel, right? And the top one here is French oak as well, or?
Yes.
Okay,
This is coopered in Canada. This is coopered in France. This is from a specific forest within Tronçais.
Yeah.
And this is a blended French.
Okay. You know, it's the same fruit in both barrels?
It's identical.
Identical fruit.
Quite a bit softer in this
A little bit
barrel.
softer in there, yeah. Now, are you planning on doing a blend with the barrels
Yes,
in
yeah,
the
these
finished
barrels
product?
are going to be blended. We've already had a look at it. We had to make a decision on whether to make our normal Bordeaux blends that weren't organic,
Yeah.
included fruit that isn't organic, so they couldn't
Okay.
be certified, or whether to keep this Merlot out.
Yeah.
And it works well on its own.
One thing I find with the two, the lower barrel gives you a lot more of the nice kind of, like I said, coffee, chocolate, the nice fruit coming through. This one gives you a little bit more of the tannic backbone, building a little bit more of an age-worthy wine. It's going to be a neat product when it's done.
Yes.
Well, let's head over to the tasting bar and see what you guys have over there. So we're here at the rather unique tasting bar, Rollingdale. We're right in the winemaking and barrel facility. Everything's kind of at one place at Rollingdale here. So you got really quite a cool feel when you walk in the door. You don't need to be dressed in your fancy suit or anything like that. Just show up as you are and come enjoy some wine with them. Now, Rollingdale, they make a fair amount of ice wine, and they've gathered a bit of a reputation on their ice wine. And Alison wants to tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. It was the 2006 Pinot Gris ice wine that really got us started.
Okay.
Steve Dale, the owner, had flown to Jerez in the south of Spain and was showing his ice wines at Vinoble, the largest dessert wine tasting in the world. So he's up against the best of the best, you know, Chateau d'Yquem and Tokai, and the wine writer of the show rated his Pinot Gris ice wine 100 points.
Wow,
Yeah.
100 points. I mean, that's hard to come by. You don't see that very often. That must have been very exciting for you guys at the time.
It certainly was, yes.
For sure, what a thing to come back with.
Yeah.
As far as ice wine goes, and a lot of people when they see videos from Canada, we're known for ice wine because we have supposedly a cooler climate. We make some amazing red wines, white wines as well, and we don't all just live in igloos. Otherwise, pretty much all we'd be making is ice wine. Yeah, so that's our show today. I'm going to quickly taste these ice wines with Alison, see how it goes. I mean, on the nose, you get that classic dried apricot, maybe a little bit of apple on this one, maybe a bit of pear, something like that. It's really too bad this isn't the actual 06 vintage she was just talking about. But I guess it's the next vintage is 2008.
Yes. So this is a state-grown Pinot Gris, certified organic, and it's available in the wine shop or online.
Great. Now for those of you who haven't tried ice wine, you must try ice wine. I don't think anybody can ever say anything bad about ice wine. It's just yummy. That's pretty much all you can say about it. It's one of those things that's not even really worth analyzing. It just tastes good. And this is a really nice example of it. So thanks very much for having us today, Alison,
You're
at
very
Rollingdale. Thanks so much for watching today, everybody, and we'll see you on the next episode.